Hello and welcome to the amazing another show of dboypompeyreturns. And if you're listening to this and you've clicked on the wrong video, no, not really. If you've clicked on this, then you're wanting to listen to my Mother Kelleys review, because this is what we're going to talk about. This is the British option, which is fish and chips. So here we go with Mother Kelleys. Okay, so going to make a little start on Mother Kelleys. Now, Mother Kelleys is primarily a fish and chip restaurant and takeaway. I know there are two restaurants, or two outlets, if you like, of Mother Kelleys, and the one I'm going to be focused on is the restaurant and takeaway one, which is in Paulsgrove on Southampton Road. There is another one in Emsworth. I believe. I haven't been, so don't tell me what it's like on quality, but I think it's only takeaway, so you can't actually go in and sit in, as far as I'm aware. I might be wrong, but I think it's just takeaway. So let me tell you what I know about Mother Kelleys. I mean, the franchise is 25, or going on 26, 27 years. It is local to Pompey and Hampshire as a whole. Like I say, it's got the outlet in Emsworth, and it's a famous takeaway and restaurant as well in the south. So this is a really good one, a really nice one to do. Can't really say a lot bad about Mother Kelleys, but let's just sort of go into it. I mean, generally eat there, I don't know, once or twice every couple of months or so. Really nice food. Generally good atmosphere, but we'll get into detail anyway. I'm just skipping ahead of myself here. Okay, so let's look at the actual style on the food first of all. What the Mother Kelleys offers. So as it's mainly fish and chips, and you've got your most popular styles of fish that are used generally in restaurants, and that's cod and haddock. I mean, places in there as well. But apparently there are 8 varieties of fish altogether. I can't rate them all. I don't think I've had any of them. Probably had only just the 3. Cod, haddock and plaice. Foggiest idea what the other 5 are. Yeah, go and check them out. That'd be really interesting. But not only do they do fish and chips, they've got burgers, sausages. You can have them battered or not. They do pies, and there are vegetarian options as well. If you don't prefer fish, you have your sides. They got bread and pea fritters and beans and stuff you can have with your meal. They also do breakfasts, which I believe is a full English, and steamed puddings and ice cream. Now I'm not going to speak any more about the breakfasts or the desserts, because I actually haven't had them. All the time I've known Mother Kelleys, I've never ever had a breakfast meal there. I've never had a dessert. So I've always gone in and just had like a fish and chips or battered sausage or whatever. So I can't say anything else. If anyone wants to add that in the comments, if you listen and you have had dessert or their breakfast options, put a little note in the comment. Give them a thumbs up or thumbs down or whatever. You got your kids options, and you got your beers and your wines, and your assortment of soft drinks, Fantas, lemonades, so on and so forth. So that's the sort of style on the food that's offered. Okay, so we're looking at the pricing now. Now again, generally I just go in and have the one meal. I imagine it'll probably be sort of anywhere between 18 and 25 pounds per person if you're having the whole enchilada, you know, the whole thing. I think adult main meals range from about £6 to £9. Drinks, sort of soft drinks, 85-90p. Teas and coffees, £1, £1.50, that sort of range price. Beers would be, I imagine, a couple of quid, £3.50, whatever. I'm not quite sure about those because, again, I haven't had. I mean, thinking about it, I actually just tend to go in and have what I want. You know, have what I've had before. I don't like to change too much. Although the desserts and the breakfast menus appeal to me, I've never been around there. That area in Paulsgrove at certain times of day. It always seems to be just at lunchtime or dinner time, and I just stick to a main meal, a main course. Okay, so any offers or deals? Now, I checked their website as a little sort of as some research before I started doing this, as well as what I've had before and previously and stuff. And they do discounts for pensioners Monday to Friday lunchtimes. This was on the website. When you purchase cod or chips and with a tea or a coffee, you get a discounted price for that meal. Apparently, they do have other deals in the restaurant, but they change quite a lot apparently. So you just have to go in and see what's what. And check it out. You know, you could go in and surprise yourself a really nice deal. That's a great feeling. You know, when you go into a restaurant, just not quite expecting what you're going to get, and you get to see a nice, really good deal like that, or you know, like a buy one get one free, or it's a bank holiday and a bank holiday deal. You know, that really makes the edge, gives it a nice edge to the whole experience of eating. Okay, so as a summary, I'm going to sum up what I thought about Mother Kelleys and Paulsgrove. Now, it's a little out of the way. Like I say, it's on the Southampton Road. It's near that sort of stretch where the water is. When you go in, it's got a kind of sailor / nautical thing going on with its decor. I mean, you go in and there's like memorabilia with boats and paddles and pictures of boats, and there's a bloody fish, some kind of, I think it's a swordfish or something, stuck on the wall. So there's kind of that little sort of thing going on. I've always tended to be quite quiet. I mean, my most recent trip to Mother Kelleys is probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and that was one of the busiest times that I've been there. But generally, when I go there, it's quite quiet. I mean, there's a lot of elderly people, sort of generally tend to be probably their biggest customers, but it's got a nice sort of, I mean, I don't mind quiet attitudes. I love to be quiet when I'm eating. It's great. So I've got no complaints there. And that's, apart from that last time I went, not terribly busy. And yeah, that's not really a bother to me anyway. The service in the Paulsgrove Mother Kelleys is ridiculously quick. I've never known a restaurant to serve their food as quick as they do, and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's fine, it's just really quick. I mean, it's probably the quickest I've ever been served in a restaurant ever in my life. I mean, and you know, I thought it was kind of a one-off. I was getting served between 15 and 20 minutes of taking our order. And I thought, oh, it's just a one-off, but they keep doing it all the time I go there. Every time the meal's in there within 15 minutes. It's ridiculous. Really good. As I say, food is superb. Their batter is absolutely wonderful. Their chips, if you're a big fan of chunky chips, that's what they specialise in. They don't do like McDonald's thin versions. They are chunky chips, properly done. I will really recommend just their cod and chips, large cod and chips. You get like a squeezy of mayonnaise or brown sauce. It's absolutely brilliant. Really can't fault that. Yeah, you'll be very hard pressed to find fish as good as Mother Kelleys in the south, because it's that damn good. So yeah, and there's a lot of variety, good for kids, because you know what they're like, they can be fussy. I mean, the kids option is pretty much just like a narrowed down and lowered price version of the adults one. So you got the same options you have as on the adults menu, just a smaller price and portion size. Okay, and the last little sort of summary up from me, the last thing to note is this is it might sound a bit silly, but this is a nice edge for me. At the end of the meal, when you've paid, you get a chance, or you get the option to take a free Chupa Chups lolly. Now, when I was a kid, Chupa Chups, I used to love them, and I don't buy them anymore, but just to have. That's pretty much the only time I eat Chupa Chups is when I go to Mother Kelleys. I have one after I finish my meal, and that's it. And it's free if you pay. After you end your meal, you get a free Chupa Chups, and it's just something really nice to take after the meal. So I've got no complaints with that. It's just something small, but it makes the meal. It just complements the whole experience, I think, for me. Okay, so my final verdict on Mother Kelleys in Paulsgrove: food really good, service ridiculously quick. The decor, does nothing for me, but I'm not going to let that affect the score particularly. It's just whatever. But the big negative for me is its location. Now, I live in North End in Portsmouth. So to go all the way up to Paulsgrove, it is way out, I think. You just kind of feel that a restaurant like that should be sort of in Gunwharf. You just feel it's more fitting if it was in Gunwharf, by out on the pier, and you could eat outside the pier, and that so it would fit it a lot more, I think. I know it's got near the water there, but it's just just seems out of place, I think, for me anyway. Also, they do have a car park, but it is on the small side, I think. There's not a lot of space in their car park, so that's another negative for me. But overall, like I say, it's pretty good. I'm going to finish off my Mother Kelleys review and give Mother Kelleys a 7 out of 10. So hopefully you'll go there, give them me custom, enjoy yourself, because it's a great restaurant, lovely food. And if you live in Paulsgrove, you're one lucky son of a gun. That's all I can say. Anyway, okay, so this has been dboypompeyreturns. Thank you very much if you've been listening to this review. I hope to hear from you guys in the comments, whatever. See you next time. Bye bye.